Water issues in Oklahoma run broad and deep. Ownership rights, usage, drought, and infrastructure are concerns we have followed over the last several months. Recently, our partners in StateImpact Oklahoma produced Troubled Water, an hour-long program exploring Oklahoma's water problems. I spoke with StateImpact's Logan Layden about what they found. Logan, what prompted StateImpact to do this in-depth report on water?
Well, we'd been looking at water, various aspects of it for several months. Dozens of stories, appeared online about it. And we felt like after all those months that we had come to the point where we could put it all into context and kind of sum up the entire water issue, big though it is, in this one-hour documentary.
It is a big topic. What particular issues did you look at?
Some of the biggest ones included the drought and its impact on water issues in the state. Infrastructure problems. Oklahoma has major water infrastructure issues, and also how you balance all the different stakeholders, all the different people competing for different water interests in the state, and how that balances out.
You mentioned infrastructure. How is Oklahoma's water infrastructure looking right now?
Well, it's not in very good shape. A lot of the water systems in a lot of small towns, and larger cities for that matter, were built decades ago. We've been to towns with 1,300 people that had their water system built 70, 80 years ago. Not only has it not been replaced in that time, it hasn't been maintained very much either. And that's not an uncommon situation across the state.
How do the problems differ between large cities and smaller towns?
Well, a lot of the problems are the same with the crumbling infrastructure. The difference is the tax base in a large city versus the tax base in a small town. In a large city, it's quite a bit easier to pay for these big improvements. You can spread the rate increases out over a larger number of people. It hurts small towns a lot more.
You found that Oklahoma actually has a surplus of water, although a lot of people probably would disagree with that.
That's right. Technically, there's more water in Oklahoma than there are permits for water use, so there's water available for more use, but it's not where it's needed at all times. There's a huge water need in western Oklahoma for agriculture. Well, most of the surface water in the state is in eastern Oklahoma. So if you could take all the water and bundle it all up and drop it evenly across the state, we'd be in pretty good shape, but that's not the reality of it.
Over many years, the state has built reservoirs and lakes to store water. Is that becoming more difficult?
Very much so. I think the last lake that Oklahoma built was about 15 years ago or so. There was a time in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and into the 70s where we were pretty much damming up any viable stream that we could find. Now we know a lot more about the environmental concerns that just weren't as big of an issue back then, other than the fact that we've dammed up most of the viable areas. There aren't a lot left. All the good spots are taken.
Legislative leaders have told us that they are waiting to make decisions concerning water policy until some litigation is resolved, and they say there is no Plan B.
Not that I can see. We've got the 2012 update of the Comprehensive Water Plan, the big Water for 2060 Act last year that set these big goals for the state. If those were to be somehow repealed, and I know there was a bill, specifically for the Water for 2060 Act to repeal it, no, I don't see anything else coming down the pike.
People can go to StateImpact Oklahoma's website for more information.
Absolutely. StateImpact.npr.org/Oklahoma. You can see the entire water documentary there, hear it rather. And we encourage everyone to interact with us on social media, Facebook and Twitter. We want to hear everyone's story ideas and comments.
Logan Layden from StateImpact Oklahoma, thank you.
Thank you.